Today we're making chicken spinach burritos Lamont. We're using 2 chicken breasts and we're going to add some chicken broth. We're going to poach these in the oven at 375 for about 45 minutes. So just putting this nice broth right over the chicken and adding some fresh black cracked pepper. We'll come back later, show you the rest of the ingredients, and make the dish. So we're putting the chicken breasts covered into the oven. If you have a dish that has a lid, that works great. And they just are going to cook away for about 45 minutes. Okay, so here's the chicken after 45 minutes, nice and steamy. We'll take the skins off and shred that up later when it's cool enough to handle, but we'll leave it here for now. These are the rest of the ingredients that will complete the stuffing for the burritos: spinach, cheese, garlic, onion, black pepper, cayenne pepper, cumin, hot chili powder, and olive oil that we'll use to saute. And then we will put some enchilada sauce under the burritos and over the burritos. After they're done and they come out of the oven, we'll serve everything with lettuce, iceberg lettuce, shredded, and sour cream and salsa. The next step is to add the spinach to about 1/4 inch of boiling water, just a little bit here in the bottom. I use a big bag because we like a lot of spinach in our burritos. If you make the recipe more than once, you can decide the ratio for yourself. Just do that a little bit, and then we're just going to let that sit here and simmer for about 5 minutes. The onions are chopped. The garlic is chopped. This is about 1/4 of a large onion, a clove of garlic, and the saute pan is preheated. We're going to add a little bit of olive oil. And we're going to add the onion. Yep. So we'll let this cook. We'll throw in the garlic in a minute, and in about 5 minutes, the spinach will be ready, and we'll get the chicken and cheese into the mixture as well. All right, the onions are a little bit soft, so I'm putting in the garlic now. And I'm going to add the rest of the spices. Black cracked pepper, some cayenne pepper, some cumin, and some hot chili powder. That's the flavor basis, and then we're going to add the chicken and the spinach next. Alright, now we're going to chop up this chicken, which, because it's poached, it's so moist, it comes apart really nicely and easily. So we're going to take the skin off. You don't need that. Looking for anything else I want to get rid of. Checking over my chicken. Looks beautiful. Alright. So it is hot, but I'm going to go ahead and just use my knife and a fork to kind of cut it up, and like you will see, instantly it just starts coming all apart. It's great. So shred this up, and then it's going to go right in the frying pan with the garlic, onion, and spices. So half the chicken, the first breast, is already in the pan. Here is the second chicken breast being added to the garlic, onion, and spices. Really just kind of warming this through and making sure that the spice and flavor gets equally distributed. And then we're going to add the spinach, which will add back some nice moisture and help the mixture to stick together. Okay, we're adding the spinach. Like I said, we like a lot of spinach. You can always start with a small package. This is a large package. Let's see if you like that. turning it down to low now while we mix everything together. Alright, once the chicken and the spinach are pretty well mixed, add the cheese. And you reserve some of the cheese to put on the top at the end, so I'm going to save about a half a cup. I'm going to save that for the end of the recipe and stir the rest of this in. Yummy deliciousness. Alright, the mixture's all done. We'll just stir it up. Looks delish. And we're going to do the taste test because we always want to know what our food tastes like before we serve it to other people, right? So let's find out. Delicious. All right. I don't think it needs any more spices. I'm just going to put a little fresh lime in. And now we're going to start to roll the burritos. Okay, so using an enchilada sauce, a medium green enchilada sauce. We're going to coat the bottom of the pan. I think it needs a little bit more. Just about half the can, I guess. Take a tortilla, scoop up some of the mixture. Over, and then you can kind of pull it back to make it easier to roll and tuck the end under. Like that. Put it right in the pan. So we'll do one more and then we'll cut and show you the end result. So, nice amount of chicken and spinach. Fold it over and pull it back. So you're trying to reduce the size so it rolls up nice and tight. And then you can stick the end under and roll it right up. Put it in the sauce next to the first one. Okay, so we're going to fill the pan. All right, this is the last one. So it made 8 this time. They're pretty snug in here, but that's all right because they're going to be nice and moist. So now we're going to put the rest of the enchilada sauce over the top. Shake that around a little bit. And then we're going to cover it with foil and let this cook at 375 for about 20 minutes. Then we'll take the foil off and put on some cheese and leave it uncovered for the last 10 minutes. Alright, the burritos have been in the oven for 20 minutes, 25 minutes at 375. Now we're putting that last half cup of cheese on the top. And then we'll just do a tiny bit of salsa, mostly for the color contrast and cuteness. This is a nice pico de gallo style. Just fling a little bit of that around. Doesn't that look lovely? Okay. Now, we're going to turn the oven back to 400 and put this in for 10 more minutes. Alright, here we go. So, for the last 2 minutes, I put it on broil because I like to have a little bit of brown and I like to see the cheese getting a little bubbly. And here you can tell it's all warm and delicious. We're going to let it sit for about 5 minutes, then we'll cut one of these out and serve it. They've had a few minutes to settle down from being right out of the oven, so they've had a few minutes to cool off. And like anything, it's always hard to get the first one out of the pan, but we'll see what we can do. Alright, we'll serve this burrito right here. We'll give it a side of lettuce, a little sour cream, some fresh salsa, and a little bit of fresh lime juice. And there you have Burritos Lamont. Thank you, Anne Lamont, for this delicious recipe.